Hello YouTubers, Dave here. Today I want to talk about the V8s that are in the S430 S500 years, 2000 to 2006, W220s, but I think this applies to a bazillion Mercedes. Let's talk about the crankshaft positioning sensor. Okay, this beauty. What this does is this thing tells the car where the crankshaft is positioned. This is a permanent magnet, which means over 10, 20 years, it starts to lose its kick. Okay, these things get old. Period. They will go bad on you. Some cars will go for years and years and years. Others will not. I say I'm working on a 2005 S430, and I say that it's not worth the risk to have one of these go bad on you, because if it goes bad on you, you just go and it never starts, because the computer can never hear where the crankshaft is, so it won't start. So you're dead meat. You're sitting in a parking lot somewhere and it's dead. You don't know what's wrong. Take it to the shop to charge you $500. Okay. Now, instead of doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to replace it ahead of time. Okay, $25 part. And it is a royal pain to get them out and get them in, but I'm going to show you the trick so you can do it yourself. Everybody says do it. Everybody shows you something, but nobody shows you the nitty-gritty. Exactly how do you get it out of there? It's so tight. So on my car, the crankshaft positioning sensor is mounted, is stuck in down here. Okay? And you probably can't even see it, but it's down there. And that's where it is. Now, you have to take off all the stuff on top. But even then, I mean, I've got, medium-sized hands, and I just barely got it done. But I had to use a bunch of tool tricks to get it done. So let's go see the tool tricks to getting this job done. Now, let's talk about getting the clip off first. There's a clip that goes right on here, okay? And the problem is you can get your hand down in there and you can get on that clip, but you can't get any purchase to pull, and you can't get it off. Even though you can get the clip down with your hand, you can't get any more purchase on it. It's hard to get to. There's like a piece of metal here that's protecting it, okay? So, but what I found was if you just take a pair of pliers and get them opened wide, okay, go in and grab it like this. What it does is it pushes down the tab and it gets you purchase on the bottom of the thing, and you can squeeze it, but it also gives you an extra 6 inches of room as you're reaching in there. It gives you that extra room to get not only on top of the lever, but also to get purchase on the thing itself. Then you can pull the plug right off. The plug does come off pretty easy, but this gives you extra reach, and it gives you it unclips it, and it gives you the purchase you need to pull that plug off. Works like a charm. Okay. The next trick is when you put it back in, be sure to use actual grease. Okay, use heavy duty grease on it. Because when it won't slide in, this thing will stick, and you'll be pounding it in. Forget that. Use the grease it up real good. It's not going to hurt the functionality of it, but the point is you want to use the grease so you can put it in. The other problem you're going to run into is once it's in, you're gonna need to twist it to get the alignment perfect with the screw underneath. So again, the grease, if you don't put the grease on, you can't twist it. It just locks up in that hole, okay? So that's another trick to doing it. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is take a screwdriver with a drive on the end, a 1/4 inch, put as many extensions as you need, and then put your E8 at the end, okay? And then take your screw. By the way, this is not the actual screw. Mine's already in the car, so I just grabbed this out of a box, so don't get confused. But you're going to stick that in the E8 socket, okay? Then you're going to come and you are going to wrap these guys together, okay? So now, when you go in underneath the unit, and remember, you can't see, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your screwdriver and you're going to go in underneath, and you're going to go in because you've already got your drive connected, okay? Because you can't see what you're doing by the time you're in there. Also, you have to use a screwdriver. Do not use a socket, because a socket, you don't have enough room to do anything in there, and it's loose, and it's not going to fight, and it's not going to ratchet. It's going to be a nightmare. So what you do is use one of these, and you'll be able to just screw it in real good, and then at the end, you know, then pull it out and get your socket and tighten that baby down with, you know, a quarter turn, okay? So that's the trick with making basically a single unit here. I mean, you can even take them and put tape around this, but you don't want to do that because at the end you're going to want to pull it out to put a socket in to give to a drive to give it that last tightening. Okay, so that's one of the tricks. Let's talk about specialized tools. Kent Bergsma, Mercedes source. Buy stuff from Ken. Buy stuff from Ken. He's our hero. He teaches us everything. MercedesSource.com. Patronize him. He says that this is the way to go, a flexible one. I disagree. I didn't need to use this. I don't know. You can buy it. They come in a kit that he sells. I didn't use it. I didn't find it useful. Now, what I did find useful is after I took the screw out, it fell down. Now, you're supposed to put like a blanket underneath it to catch any screws, which I didn't do. Anyway, it just dropped like a quarter inch, but you can't get in there and get it. So I happen to have one of these handy-dandy heavy-duty magnets that telescope, see? And it was able to go in and grab the screw. So my advice is, if you do this job, go ahead and buy one of these, like $5 or $6. And you need it anyway, so you're probably going to drop the screw, and you're probably going to need this to get it out. Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself crazy. And the screw is, you know, regular steel, so it is magnetic, and it pulls it out in a jiffy.